What's going on, everybody? So we took a break from the Oscar stuff, but now we're back. This is basically just going to be movies to look out for the upcoming 2023 Oscars. Essentially, this is like my way too early Best Picture predictions, but instead of just ranking them like 1 through however many, I'm just going to be separating it into tiers. I'm going to do 3 tiers: tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. So once again, since they're tiers and it is so early, it doesn't really matter if one is in tier 2 versus tier 3. Like, it's not that big a deal. The cool part about these early predictions is that theoretically, all these movies are good. Some of them are undoubtedly going to flop. They're not going to be as good. Some of them are going to be weirder and slower than we thought. And it's going to fluctuate all over the place. All in all, don't take these seriously. And these are in no particular order, okay? No particular order. So I'm going to speak about these pretty quickly because I don't want this video to be forever. Let's start with tier 1. Babylon. Damien Chazelle returns with theoretically a whole fucking banger and masterpiece according to test screenings. They are test screenings, but regardless, hearing the word masterpiece is certainly better than hearing it's not good from a test screening. And, you know, Margot Robbie and Brad Pitt, Diego Calva, all of them will probably be in the awards conversation, especially Margot Robbie, who, if you ask me right now, would probably be my #1 pick for Best Actress. It's a movie about the transition from silent films to talkies, and it's Damien Chazelle, once again, kind of about Hollywood. Not kind of, definitely is. I expect nothing less from Damien Chazelle. He has made only bangers. Oscar prospects, a lot. The Fabelmans. Steven Spielberg's Belfast and Roma, if I could compare the two, even though I hate those comparisons. I would bet my whole life that The Fabelmans will be better than Belfast, but once again, that's just me. But yeah, he's returning back to his childhood. Michelle Williams, Paul Dano, Seth Rogen, with the first two playing his parents and Seth Rogen playing the uncle. There will be some awards buzz for them. This could be a screenplay win. This could be Steven Spielberg's director win. Who knows? All I know is this is a top tier contender as of now. So, you know, keep your fucking eyes on it. And I hope he shows Arizona because he kind of grew up here. So, hoping for that. Killers of the Flower Moon, Martin Scorsese's film. I did see a report. Technically, it's not an official report, but saying that it could be done not in time, essentially, for 2022. And if that happens, then I'm going to have to rearrange everything. As of now, I'm going to act like it's still coming out. It's Martin Scorsese, Jesse Plemons, Robert De Niro, Leonardo DiCaprio. I have no reason to doubt this at all. Has an insane budget from Apple TV Plus, which just fucking won Best Picture. I'm expecting good things. I'm expecting good things about this. You know, I am a little nervous that this movie might be 5.5 hours long, but even if it is that, I'm still gonna watch it. Will this be another Irishman where it gets a lot of nominations and no wins? Or is this the best movie of the year? We don't fucking know. All I know is the first 3 I said, probably top 3. 13 Lives. Ron Howard's directing this, which on one hand could make you, you know, really excited, you know, from other previous movies, A Beautiful Mind, Apollo 13, or it can make you nervous because of Hillbilly Elegy. Now, one's previous movie does not erase his whole career. This is the movie about the Thai soccer team that was trapped in a cave. We just had a documentary about it last year with The Rescue, a very good documentary. This movie actually was supposed to come out, I believe, this month in April, but when they test screened it, it had the highest reported test scores of all time for them, and they immediately delayed it so that it could open in the Oscar season. You keep your eye on that one. I mean, doesn't that just sound like a TIFF People's Choice winner? Is that what it's called? I already forgot what the fuck it's called. That just sounds like a winner to me. And, you know, I don't know. I'm just keeping my eye on it. At the same time, this is also on my eyes for the new film Twitter villain. I don't know why I feel that, but I'm just putting that out there. Possibility. I'm excited because that story is fucking crazy. She Said. Maria Schrader's film about the 2 investigative journalists, New York Times reporters who broke the Harvey Weinstein story. Need I say more? Carey Mulligan. I'm still not sure what to think about some of these. You know, in my mind, the first 3 are like, you know, S tier, and then the rest of these in tier 1 are like A tier, if that makes sense. But She Said, I mean, it just sounds like an Oscar thing, doesn't it? I mean, I think this will definitely get something. You know, famous last words. Is this Bombshell? Is this Spotlight? I have no clue. Regardless, tier 1. Women Talking, Sarah Polley's film starring a bunch of amazing actresses, my god. It's about a group of women who basically come together and talk about their sexual assault that were committed by the colony's men. I have the letterbox thing up here if you can see it. Let me just read the cast. Frances McDormand, Rooney Mara, Claire Foy, Jesse Buckley, Ben Whishaw. So that is good enough for me. Brad Pitt, Plan B, producing this. I've seen some people actually predict this as the winner right now. Obviously, I'm not even thinking about 1, 2, 3, 4. You know, I'm not thinking about it like that. But I mean, if this bangs, it could go off, you know. I'm really curious about this one because honestly, I could see this missing out completely in terms of picture, or I could see this honestly like going all the way. Sure, like why not? Everything Everywhere All at Once. Okay, I don't know if this is actually going to be nominated for, or I mean, obviously there are 10 slots. This could easily just miss. However, like I said in my review, which you haven't seen that, you can check it out. I'm gonna treat this seriously, like an Oscar thing. Why not? Isn't this the point of 10 Best Picture slots? If this is not the point, then I don't know what the point is. Tell me, why not? Every person in the industry on Twitter is talking about how good this movie is. It's still early. I'm not going to get really attached to it because it is so early and I can still see it just absolutely missing. It does get a little weird, and weird and Oscars usually do not go together. But until then, I'm going to treat it like it's fucking serious. And it absolutely should be nominated. I don't care that it's April. It should be. BARDO. Alejandro G. Iñárritu's next movie. This man won Best Director twice in a row. He almost won Best Picture twice in a row with Birdman and then The Revenant. I really have no reason to doubt him. Now, this does already have some controversy because of the COVID lack of compliance, I guess. The lack of safety on his sets. There's reports that people have died on his sets due to COVID. That is not an easy controversy to just kind of sweep under the rug. However, until full details are known, I don't know enough to really speak on that. What I do know is his movies get nominations at the Oscars, so this really has to be here. Plot details aren't that well known. I have heard once again that this is like a Belfast or Roma with Alejandro Iñárritu. I don't know if that's actually true or not, but it's good enough for me. Armageddon time, James Gray. So James Gray made Ad Astra, and when I saw Ad Astra, I was like, hell no, that movie is not getting what it probably should. It did get a nomination, but that's it. So when I heard Armageddon time, I was like, hell no, this is not getting James Gray, dude, what? And once again, this is like a Belfast, a Roma, The Fabelmans. This is like the new trend, I guess, with Hollywood. This is a semi-autobiographical film about James Gray growing up in Queens. Anne Hathaway, Jeremy Strong, Anthony Hopkins in it. Honestly, that is a banger big three right there. If it's perceived as like a Belfast, a Roma, they're just gonna go for it, I guess. And listen, I understand. That's very sweet. Honestly, I'm for it. I'm excited. Avatar 2. Okay, this one I am so curious about because I know a lot of people are like, dude, fuck Avatar. It's been so long. No one cares. You're talking to someone who does not really care. I don't remember anything about Avatar except the hair sex thing. I remember it was crazy big when it came out. That's all I remember. I will rewatch it. However, James Cameron doesn't really disappoint. And if it's as good as some people are saying it is shaping out to be, which, you know, take that with a grain of salt, this could essentially repeat what it got last time. At the same time, if some people are just over it and no one really cares, then I don't know. This movie could just get like 1 or 2 nominations. But until then, I'm just gonna choose to believe James Cameron. Canterbury Glass. So we did talk about this last year because that's when we thought it was coming out. Maybe David O. Russell's technically untitled film starring just a massive cast of Hollywood. This is definitely gonna be a film Twitter villain. I don't know what to expect with this because of the, I guess if I could put it lightly, controversies with David O. Russell. I'm sure a lot of you guys know that better than I do. However, as we've seen, that doesn't really stop the Academy from, you know, embracing a movie. And if the movie's good, the movie's good, you know? So I don't know. I really don't know. David O. Russell usually gets Oscars though. That's what I'll say. I have to take it seriously until proven otherwise. And that's what I'm going to do. So fuck it. Empire of Light, Sam Mendes is back with Olivia Colman. So Olivia Colman will probably get nominated. I don't know too much about this movie. I think it's a love story. Olivia Colman, Michael Ward, Colin Firth, Roger Deakins back as cinematographer. So you know that shit gonna bang. Gotta put it in. And rounding out tier 1, The Son. Florian Zeller's follow-up to The Father. This one I cannot wait for. I absolutely cannot wait. Hugh Jackman, Vanessa Kirby, Laura Dern. Hugh Jackman, spoiler alert, I tweeted about it. He will be my #1 for Best Actor until proven otherwise. I've heard that the play is just like a fucking masterpiece. Heard that Hugh Jackman's role will just make everyone cry. I'm really excited for this. At the same time, you do have to ask yourself, what would The Father have done in a more competitive year? If we threw The Father into this past Oscars, would it have done as well? I don't know. I don't think anyone can say for sure yes or no, but I'm still putting it in tier 1 because I can. Thank you so much. Let's move to tier 2 and let me remind everyone once again, the tiers doesn't really matter. Don't take that seriously. Don't worry, darling. Olivia Wilde's follow-up to Booksmart starring Florence Pugh and Harry Styles, so the stands are out to play. I've already heard good things about this movie. If it is kind of more genre-y than what I am expecting, I don't know how well they'll go for it. I'm excited, honestly. I'm really excited. Disappointment Boulevard, Ari Aster's new film with Joaquin Phoenix. I don't know what to expect on this movie. Usually, I'll be honest, I wouldn't even have an Ari Aster movie just in this video because of Hereditary and Midsommar, which did not even sniff Oscars, unfortunately. But this one has a feeling that it could be a little bit different, maybe more of a character study, maybe less horror-like. Honestly, I do try to stay away from reading real deep into some of these movies because I like to kind of have the marketing hit me fresh, than reading like leaks or some plot synopsis, I'm excited though. Decision to Leave, Park Chan-wook's new film. He returns after The Handmaiden, I believe. Now, once again, I would also tend to leave out his movies in this video, but there always comes a point where a very, very well-respected international filmmaker who has made banger after banger after banger kind of comes, and for whatever reason, like this is his time. I have a feeling this could be it. I still don't know enough about it, but it's rumored to premiere at Cannes. By the time you guys see this, we'll know the Cannes lineup. This could be the one. I don't know. Could be the one. Maybe he gets that international director spot. The Banshees of Inisherin. I think that's how you say it. Please correct me. Martin McDonagh returns. He returns after 3 billboards outside Ebbing, Missouri. This one once again stars Brendan Gleeson, Colin Farrell from In Bruges, and adds Barry Keoghan. I don't exactly know what to expect with this. I feel like film Twitter has a love-hate relationship with Martin McDonagh. Personally, like I just think it's fine. I think it's good. I don't know. So I am excited for this. I don't really know what to expect. I don't know if this is actually a true Oscar player, but it's backed by Searchlight. And the release date that they gave it makes me believe that they believe this is an Oscar player, but who knows? Now, I know I just said don't take these tiers too seriously. Honestly, maybe this one, I'm being a little bit biased. Maybe this one should be in like tier 3, but Cha Cha Real Smooth, Cooper Raiff, Dakota Johnson. Apple TV Plus comes out in June, won the Audience Award at Sundance. Some people are going to say, hey, that's kind of like the Coda path. A little bit. And I get what you're saying. And essentially, that's why it is in tier 2. I feel like I'm going to be one of the few people who are like, Cha Cha Real Smooth is miles better than Coda. And I say that with no disrespect. Does it have a chance? Sure. Apple TV Plus, they apparently they know what they're doing. At the same time, like, since presumably Cha Cha Real Smooth will not be at fall festivals, it's hard to see it. But I really thought the same thing about Coda. And I hate when people do this. People are like, well, it actually makes a lot of sense that Coda was like nominated for Best Picture. Some of you predicted that. Congratulations, like genuinely, congrats. But some of you who did not, let's not go back and act like it was so obvious that Coda was going to get nominated for picture, let alone win. Okay? Because then people are going to start throwing, it's because of this, it's because of this, it's because of this. Don't Monday morning quarterback it. Okay? If you know what that phrase means. Don't do that. Regardless, I don't really see it for Cha Cha Real Smooth from picture, but I've been wrong before and I will continue to be wrong. Next Goal Wins. I feel like I've talked about this movie for like 2 fucking years. It's been so long. I'm so tired about talking about this, but I am still so excited for it. Taika Waititi's movie. Michael Fassbender, fire. Elizabeth Moss, fire. It's about the turning around of the Samoan soccer team from losers to winners, I believe. And Will Arnett replaced Armie Hammer after Armie Hammer's whole deal, so they reshot scenes with him. I still haven't heard enough about this to really feel good about it. However, if you told, like, this movie's floor and ceiling is very wide. So I would still kind of keep your eye on it. Knives Out 2. Maybe this should be tier 3. Okay, once again, I just said I don't care. Knives Out got an original screenplay nomination. Knives Out 2 is the follow-up. I know some people really thought Knives Out would probably have gotten into Best Picture if there were 10 that year, because it did get PGA. I don't know. That one's tough to say. If Knives Out 2 is just straight up better, I think it will have, certainly have a chance. It's in tier 2. I think that'd be fun to have like a murder mystery in Best Picture. But man, I don't know, like, what is up with the Academy and like mystery movies? I don't really get it, but I'm gonna have it in tier 2 until otherwise. The Killer. This one is for me, absolutely. David Fincher, serial killer. Michael Fassbender, Tilda Swinton. Yeah, yes. Do I actually think it? No, I don't think so. But what do you want me to do? Like I said, tier 2, tier 3, doesn't matter. I don't even know if this will be finished in time and released this year, so that might not even apply, but regardless, I'm so excited. Nope. Okay, this one's tough because this is Jordan Peele. Us did not get any nominations. Get Out got several and even one original screenplay. Get Out was released in February. Us was released in March. And Nope is going to be released in late July. So they don't do Jordan Peele any favors in terms of an Oscar release date. I guess I understand, personally, I think with his horror movies, it would just do well in October. But I guess there's more competition. I don't know. I don't know what to expect. This does seem like it is like alien invasion, like maybe not invasion is the right word, but something with aliens. And on one hand, that seems not like the Oscars alley, but I would not have guessed that Get Out would have been either. So, and you know, with Jordan Peele, it's not going to be a straight up just alien movie. There's going to be some social themes and there's some societal themes. So there's always a chance with Jordan Peele. If this movie really takes off, I know Us wasn't like close to the amount of loved as Get Out was. Maybe Nope gets a little bit closer. I don't know. All I know is I want that movie right now. The Whale, Darren Aronofsky and Brendan Fraser, essentially the return after what feels like a long hiatus. I'm a little bit more down on this movie than other people. I feel like people are very convinced that this Darren Aronofsky movie is going to be like The Wrestler. And I know what The Whale is about. And honestly, it's like, I don't know if I can see the Academy really going for it. I'm personally excited for it. And I can't say, straight up no. I'll admit I'm a little bit more skeptical on this movie as a whole, as I just said, even with Brendan Fraser and actor, than most people. I am. But it's good enough for tier 2 because Darren Aronofsky obviously has done it with like Black Swan and the rest. And, obviously at The Wrestler, he almost won Best Actor. I don't know. It's interesting. Todd Field returns with Cate Blanchett. Technically, it's like a biopic with Cate Blanchett playing a famous composer, I guess. I don't really know the story. Todd Field hasn't made a movie in so long, since Little Children. His movies have gotten nominations before, so I'm inclined to believe this will do the same. I mean, the performance is going to be good. So like this is already like on people's radar. So once again, good enough for me. Rustin, George C. Wolfe after Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, which underperformed at the Oscars, if I say so myself. It is about a gay civil rights activist named Bayard Rustin, who's played by Coleman Domingo. He will be a big player in Best Actor, presumably. George C. Wolfe is co-writing it with Dustin Black, and he wrote Milk, which won Sean Penn the Oscar and was nominated for a bunch. So, this could be absolutely better than Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. Hopefully, I think it'll feel less play-like, obviously, with this movie. So I think it'll do better. Till. I don't know if this is actually coming out this year, but it's a story about Emmett Till's mother. So with that synopsis alone, this movie is going to be taken seriously. Once again, it's just tough to really gauge how this will actually be. We'll see though. That movie sounds like, I don't know what they're going to do with that one, so I'm interested. Tier 3, let's speed it up. The Batman. It seems like this movie is kind of done now in terms of picture. I know there was a real wave for it earlier, but it feels like it's kind of done now. I still think it could get some nominations. I mean, it's still obviously worthy of score, cinematography, sound at the very least. But, there's a chance. We can't count on anything. Batman is still like a really fucking good movie, so it'd be worthy or whatever. But I have no doubt that some movies that are going to get nominated are going to be worse than The Batman. So you can never know. Bones and all. Luke is back with Timothée Chalamet again and Taylor Russell. This movie seems both too weird and a little too small for whatever. I don't know. Something about this, I just get that feeling for. I'm sorry. I don't know why. Elvis, Baz Luhrmann. This, I don't know. It's going to be at Cannes. I feel a mid reception for it. I think Austin Butler will certainly be in the actor conversation. Maybe costumes, something else maybe. But I don't know. I don't feel a really great movie coming out. But then again, Bohemian Rhapsody. But then again, that was a November release date. So this comes out in June, I think. So, The Greatest Beer Run Ever, Apple TV Plus, Peter Farrelly's back. Honestly, I just don't see it. I saw it more with Green Book. Like when I heard what that story was, like I saw it and I knew why. With The Greatest Beer Run Ever, I just don't see it. This is going to sound really stupid and don't take this actually seriously, but I find it hard to believe that a movie called The Greatest Beer Run Ever will get Oscar nominated. I don't know. That's not the reason why I'm saying no and putting it in tier 3. It's just, it doesn't really seem like it. If this goes to TIFF and then it just wins people's choice, I don't know, man. Don't take me seriously. Lightyear, there was talk about it going to Cannes. I guess they kind of shut that down, but this does seem like, Disney and Pixar's main play for Best Animated. I mean, Turning Red obviously is I like that movie. But, Lightyear is going to theaters. I mean, it seems like they're kind of putting their money for it. I think Pete Docter wrote it, so that alone, really gets me excited. I wish Pete Docter directed everything, but you can never say never. What if this movie's just, fucking amazing? I think it'll be good. Poor Things, Yorgos Lanthimos' new movie after The Favorite. Emma Stone has her brain swapped with, a baby. That just, already to me, that I'm weird movie. Won't happen. This doesn't sound like The Favorite to me because I respect it too much. I'm putting it in tier 3. What you gonna do? The Woman King. This also doesn't seem like a picture player. I know everyone's looking at that picture of Viola Davis thinking wow. I think it could get something, but once again, this is more so for picture. I just don't really see it for whatever reason. And lastly, for tier 3, because I don't want to keep going forever, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse Part 1. A lot of people have made the case that Into the Spider-Verse should have been nominated for Best Picture. I mean, you could obviously certainly make the case it should have won. As someone who likes Into the Spider-Verse, but who is not like salivating at the mouth over that movie, I'm very excited for this movie. I love the trailer. I think the animation just looks so insane. I don't know. It's tough. It has a lot of obstacles, obviously. I'm going to cut it off there because I've already been talking for a really long time. This is going to be a bitch and a half to edit just because it's going to be so long. But yeah, those are some movies to look out for the next Oscar year. I got to say, 2022 has already been pretty good in terms of the quality of movies that we're getting to date. So I have no doubt that this award slate will hopefully be better than the last one. And once again, if you have not already, watch Everything Everywhere All at Once. Thank you very much. Go see it, like right now.